Trying to figure out the best placement for this evening, because... Okay, anyways. Hey y'all! How y'all doing? I missed y'all last week. Last week was surprisingly super crazy. I had full intentions of doing Facebook Live last week, but life happens. Things got crazy. I had planned it, at 6:30 instead of 5:30 because I was dropping my best friend off at the airport. And I was like, yeah, sure. 2 hours later, I can do Facebook Live, do Martinis with Manda. But then the dog was sick and he was having issues, and we had severe weather rolling through, and the power was flickering. I mean, we had crazy weather going on last Monday. And yeah, so I don't even know if I would have had, electricity, last week when I done it. So anyways, I hate that I missed last Monday, but hopefully you guys got the recipe that I posted later in the week for the 2-ingredient fudge that we are still munching on. Super, super yummy. Hopefully if you make it, you share it with me and let me know your opinion. And I mean, we just stay busy. I mean, here I am like, ooh, things are going to calm down. I'm going to have time to, do this, this, and this. But as the boss's wife, every Tuesday we've got cookouts that we're doing to raise money for Relay for Life. And then this next weekend we got an awards banquet that we have to go to. That's, 3.5 hours from us. And yeah. And then last week we had our big convention. I'm with Young Living. So all the excitement with the new products, I was sharing that with a bunch of my team members and with everybody else. And yeah, so it's just, I haven't had time to plan for July. And I have, had a few people submit questions, and I've been working on your questions that you submitted. But like I said, things have been just cuckoo crazy, and yeah, it's hard to get time for them. But I am working on it. So if you have submitted a question, I promise you I am working on it. And I hopefully will be rolling out your answers or your ideas later on. So like I said, still working out all the kinks. I don't even work. My husband works full-time. He works more than full-time. And I don't even work, and I stay busy. I don't know how, but I do. So I'm working on planning July. So if you have any opinions, suggestions for next month, let me know. I have a growing to-do list of things I want to do, but of course I want to do the stuff that you guys want to see first. So now that I think I did start like a minute early or something. I'm trying to see what time. Okay, so now it's officially past 5:30. Anyways, it is National Martini Day. And like I told you guys before, I wanted to start Martinis with Manda after a friend suggested, wanting to see my craft room and how I organized it. And this was April when she suggested it. And I was like, well, if I'm going to do it, you got Manda, Martini, Monday, May, all starts with M. Why not start on May 1st? So National Martini Day actually falls on Monday. So we're going to do an all-time classic. Honestly, it's not one of my favorites. I don't know why. It's just not one of my favorites. But one of the most popular martinis is a Cosmopolitan, better known as a Cosmo. And we're going to get started because we got a few people watching, which, in all honesty, this Facebook Live thing, like I said, I'm still trying to figure it out. Like right now, it says that only one person is on. But in the past, I've had like 10 or 11 people on, and it says 1. I don't know. So I think it kind of, when somebody new logs on, the number goes up. And then everybody that's watching before is still sitting there, but it's not counting you. I don't know what. Either way though, confusing. Here we go. So to make a Cosmopolitan for National Martini Day, of course you need a shaker with ice. You need vodka. Most of my drinks are vodka based because I prefer vodka. Triple sec, lime juice, cranberry juice, and of course your glass. You are going to do You're going to do 2.5 parts vodka. 1, 2, and then a half parts vodka. And again, like I said, if you are joining me this evening, please, oh please, say hello so I know who's joining me. We got vodka, so 2.5 parts vodka. You're going to do 1 part triple sec, which again, like I've said in the past, triple sec just helps balance out flavor, reduces sharpness, sweetens it up a tiny bit. It really helps, you know, just balance out any kind of, you know, strong flavors. And then you just need it says a dash of lime juice and a splash of cranberry juice, but in reality, what's the difference between a dash and a splash? I don't know. Do you? So, dash and a splash. And of course, the best thing about martinis is you can customize them to your taste levels. So, if you want a stronger drink, put less of the non-alcoholic stuff. If you want with Cosmo, what's to say that you can't add like peach schnapps or coconut rum? So, play around with flavors that you like. Shake it up. And of course, you're always supposed to shake like a good minute or so. And there's Cosmo. And again, I'm one of those no fuss, no frills, not fancy at all kind of people. You are not going to see me adding cherries or lime wedges or any of that stuff, all those garnishes and stuff. That takes time. Those things cost money. Why not just simplify it and just enjoy the drink for what it is? So there is a Cosmo. And I put too much lime in there, but it is yummy. So, okay, tonight we're gonna do a cool craft that I did years and years and years ago. And it was really simple, took no time at all to do. You spent more time kind of waiting for paint to dry than anything else. But the things that you need to do this, we're gonna paint a dandelion on a t-shirt. And what you're gonna do, get a t-shirt of any kind, blue preferably, because I guess it kind of looks like the sky or whatever. Get a blue shirt of whatever kind you want. You need white fabric paint, green fabric paint, a couple of paintbrushes. I use paper plates to put my paint on, a shower proof, but you could do the same thing with a dish brush, except for do a rounded one instead of this oblong one. You could do the same thing with a fork, or you could take a toilet paper roll and take some scissors and cut some slits in the end and kind of do the same method. So if you're doing this with your kids, kind of play around. Let one do it one way and one do it another way. But I'm going to do it with a shower proof this evening. So what you're going to do, and I will advise you that if you're going to do it with your with a t-shirt, make sure you wash the t-shirt first. That way, so if it's going to shrink, you don't have to worry about that after you have put paint on it. And then grab you a piece of cardboard. I'm just going to use, I have a piece of canvas, but I'm going to use the back of it that way so it doesn't ruin the front. Just grab you a piece of canvas or cardboard, preferably cardboard, and stick it inside your shirt. That way, so when you put any paint on your shirt, it doesn't bleed through the other side and then cause your shirt to stick to itself, because that would be no fun. And then, in all honesty, I am going to take some binder clips, and I have such a love for binder clips. I use them all the time for so much. And I'm just going to stick them on there. That way so it keeps my shirt in place, keeps it from rolling around, keeps it from moving. That way so it doesn't ruin what I'm doing. But I use binder clips all the time for when I want something to dry, or when I am gluing something and I don't want to sit there and hold it myself. I will use a binder clip. instead of me holding it. So if we don't, like I said, you don't have to do this part. I'm doing it. So now I have taken my t-shirt and I have it in place where I want it. And again, when I do these like live thingies, I promise you, I'm doing them like a whole lot faster, so I'm not as concerned with like placement and everything. So either way though, got my shower poof. What I'm going to do is I am going to take a paper plate and I am going to put my fabric paint all over the plate. And then actually I am going to take my paintbrush and kind of move it around that way so I get paint all over my plate, because in just a minute I'm going to take that shower poof and put it straight up in here. So I want to make sure that I kind of get all of my surface covered that way, so when I put this shower poof in there, every bit of it. Now, if I were you, get a shower poof that has a handle in it. Makes it so much easier. What you're gonna do, I like to slip my hand in there, that way so I ain't gonna drop it. Hold on to the top, and then you're just gonna push it into that paint and make sure you get all of the edges, get every bit of it into the outside, especially into the paint, and pick it up, and that's what it's going to look like. And then wherever you want to place it on your shirt, you do that. So I think I'm going to put it like right here. Press it down, give it a great big twist, and lift up. Now, it doesn't look like much yet. Promise you. It doesn't look like much yet. If you want to, you can of course add more to it. Personally, I don't like to add too much, because the more you put it down, the more messy it's going to get. Now obviously, unless you plan to do this craft again, this shower poof is done. So if I were you, go to the dollar store and get you a $1 shower poof, because you can't imagine, you know, like putting it on yourself. So unless you plan to do this craft a couple more times, this is trash. So don't spend too much money. Just go to the dollar store and grab you a cheapo one. Now I'm going to see if I can turn this down just a bit. So this is what I have so far. Like I said, there it is. Now, personally, I like the shower poofs that are kind of, or the dandelions that are kind of, you know, like blowing in the wind. So grab your little paintbrush, throw some more fabric paint on your thing, and then if you want, start doing your little, you know, flyaways all over. Think about the direction that the wind might be going. Now this is fabric paint, depending on the brand you get, is how long it will take to dry, and washing instructions and all that kind of stuff. So be mindful of that when you're picking out your paint. And of course I could keep going on and on and on and on doing all this. But think about the wind blowing, and as it's getting further away, do less and less little flyaways, you know, little dandelion flyaways or so. And again, this is a wonderful craft for kids. Allow them to get messy, have fun with it. There really is no right way, wrong way to do this. But I am going to kind of stop here in a second, that way so we can show you what next. Alright, so anyways, you put as many of the little flyaway, you know, petals that you want to do. And then you can either use a paintbrush or use the kind of like, I guess, puff paint. This is fabric paint, but if you want to use puff paint, you can. And you can use a paintbrush if you want. But all you're going to do is make your stem. That's it. Make your stem just like that. And if you want to, you can kind of even it out. If you want to draw leaves, you can. I'm not much of a leaf person. If you want to draw grass across the bottom, you can. There is Dandelion. And like I said, I would be filling in a ton more of the space and everything right around the, you know, the flower itself. But you get the point. Completely optional. You play around with it. And like I said, this is something super easy for kids to do. And you don't have to use a shower poof. You could, like I said, go into the dollar store, grab you one of the dish brushes, but get a rounded one instead. And same thing, dip into the paint and then kind of make it as big as you want. If you want to, use the fork, dip into the paint and go around, which with 4th of July coming up, this also makes great fireworks. You dip into the paint and just kind of go in a circle like a cool fireworks. And then actually, this is a better firework option. Toilet paper tube, cut slits in the end, push it up, and then dip into your paint and go in. Just like that. Like I said, this is done. Besides drying, this is done. Now, if you want to, like I said, you could go and do grass across the bottom. I don't want to do all that. But there's my Dandelion shirt. Isn't that pretty cool? Just with shower proof. And like I said, besides the blue shirt, most of the stuff, besides fabric paint, I guess, can be found at a dollar store. So get your shower proof at a dollar store. If you want to do the dish brush option, you could do that. Find that at a dollar store. What else? I mean, I grabbed the my fabric paint from Hobby Lobby. So if you want to do that, and I mean, my fabric paint that I got was probably the white was, I took the tag off, like $1.99. The green, I think, was like 99 cents, maybe like $1.50 or so. So the shirt will probably be what cost you the most. So, and a lot of you guys probably already have like blue shirts on hand. So I'm gonna let that dry overnight. And tomorrow I will take a picture and share it with you guys. That way so you can see the outcome and see if you guys like it. So other than that, I mean, that's it for the evening. So I mean, let's see what time it is. It is 5:48. So after me, you know, making a martini and talking for 5 minutes or so, I mean, I made a shirt in 10 minutes. Pretty cool. And you'll have an all original, you know, this is Amanda, so all original Manda creation. Play around with it. You don't have to do white and green and blue. You could play with, you know, around any colors you want. With that being said, next week is going to be another one of those crazy weeks for me because we will be gone next Saturday and Sunday to Big Sky, Montana, which is about 3 hours away, to an awards banquet, and we have full intentions of being back Sunday late afternoon or so, but you know how life is. I have full intentions on being here next Monday night with you guys. So next Monday night, my plans for Martinis with Manda, our Facebook Live, is to show you this brand new technique. I mean, I promise you, I just learned it a month ago, and I'm still playing around with it, so it is far from perfected. But I don't want to say mind blown, but this opens up so many doors for me, because as much as I love crafting, this is kind of one of my biggest battles, because me sitting here and writing something out is not the neatest. I do not have the best handwriting. And I am just completely mesmerized by those people that can do the hand lettering, you know, all that fancy, you know, just scroll work and pretty script and everything. But I just don't have that talent. But I have found a way to create whatever letters and pictures and stuff you want and transfer it onto whatever surface you want. So if you see or if you have an awesome idea, you want to make a sign, I'll show you a way that you can kind of print out what you want and transfer it onto whatever you want using, you know, paint markers, pens, whatever. That way, so, you know, you kind of have a stencil and something to help you out. And this was the actual first thing that I made a couple weeks ago. I just took a piece of wood and spray painted it. Make yourself at home. Yeah. Anyways, and that was, the way I did this was, you know, just with some paint markers. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this next week. And of course the doorbell will ring when I'm doing this. But I know it's UPS, so I know it's nobody at all. Anyway, so next week we are doing, Riley, we're doing some lettering, stenciling technique. And the martini we're making is a tropical peach martini. Riley! The doorbell rang, so he's going to be ballistic for the next couple of minutes. So next week we're making a tropical peach martini. I'm showing you how to do a stencil lettering technique, and that's it. So I guess we are done for today. Just a few minutes short of 6 o'clock. So if you choose to make the Dandelion shirt from this evening, do me a favor, make it, post the picture. Tag me in it, that way so I can share it on our page. Like I said, I am working on those questions that you guys have submitted, those suggestions that you guys have submitted. I have not forgotten about you. Like I said, life got cuckoo crazy over the past week and a half. So hopefully I'll be answering your questions here soon. So until then, love you guys. Bye.